Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to the January Scrap 5 challenge. First up, I do want to apologize for my voice. I am currently sick, but I really wanted to go ahead and get this layout completed and share it with you all. And I am going to be documenting here this photo of my grandson. Now the 5 items we're using on our layouts today would be a border punch or a decor scissors. We're also going to be using die cuts, stamps, 5 or more pattern papers, and washi tape. So if you guys go ahead and join us in the challenge today, be sure to use the hashtag scrap5. And you can also comment below, let me know where I can find your layout. I'd love to see your take on the challenge. I will have all of the ladies participating in the challenge today listed in my description box as well. So be sure to go ahead and visit their channels and check out their layouts. So here for the first pattern paper that I'm using, I am going to be using this 12 by 12 notebook style paper, and I think it was really suitable for this layout. This is a photo of my grandson that was taken at school. This is his first day of first grade, and this was taken back in 2018. Right now I'm going through this 6 by 6 paper pad to choose my other 4 pattern papers that I'm going to be using today. So now I'm going to go ahead and ink up my stamp, and I am using one of my favorite blue inks. I believe it's Cornflower blue, and it's an Archival ink pad. And the stamp that I'm using today, I cannot remember the name of the stamp or the manufacturer, but I'll have it linked down below. And this is a 12-inch border stamp, as you can see. Now I did not line it up properly to begin with. It's sticking off the page just a tiny bit, so it does not reach the other end of my paper. And I do have to go ahead and stamp on that end just a tiny bit just to complete the image there. And you'll see once I do the top part of this pattern paper, I make sure it is lined up correctly and it covers from end to end. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and add my pattern paper to the background, and I definitely should have used my border punch on my pattern papers right now, but I went ahead and adhered them to the background, forgetting I needed to use the border punch. And you'll see I'll rip them up in just a few moments and go ahead and punch them out. So being that I staggered my paper, I was only able to punch out the ones that were sticking out, but it worked out fine. I absolutely love how it looked, and I was able to punch out the top and the bottom, alternating the colors, as you can see here. So on the top part, the green and the yellow paper were punched out, and on the bottom I was able to punch out the blue and the orange. I added my photo to the background using some foam adhesive, so it's lifted off the page just a tiny bit, and I did add a white border around my photo. That way it's separated from all of the colors behind it and it stands out a bit more. You can see that I also used the same ink pad I used to stamp out my border with, and I inked the edges of my background paper. And right now I'm gonna go ahead and add my die cuts. Now I am also completing a challenge where I can only use 3 circles on my layout. 1 has to be large and 2 has to be small. And I went ahead and used that real circle element as the large one, and the 2 smaller ones would be those colorful circles with all of the numbers on there. And I believe these die cuts are from a Cocoa Vanilla collection, and I cannot remember what collection it's from, I'm sorry. But here I'm just gonna go ahead and grab a few elements from this die cut pack and add them in, including these frames that I cut apart. I'm gonna add 2 pieces of those frames to the left side and 2 to the right. And then you'll see me just go back into that pack and grab some die cut stars as well, and use some liquid adhesive and add those to my layout as well. Right here I'm adding in my washi, and I tore it in half so I have a torn edge, and I am adding that to the top of that die cut piece. I also added the other half in under my photo and tucking it in right under that circle piece right there. And at this point I felt I needed to add in a title. Although my photo says it all what this layout is about, I still felt it needed a title. So I'm gonna pull in this puffy sticker here that says fantastic, and I also grabbed 2 puffy hearts as well and add one into the top left corner cluster as well as the lower right cluster. So I knew I wanted to add a little bit more to this layout and a little bit more dimension, because everything is pretty flat except for those puffy stickers. But everything I seemed to pull was circle, either buttons or enamel dots. And then I decided to go with these chipboard pieces instead. And I believe I added 3 of these pieces in here on this layout. And just to pull everything together, I decided to go ahead and add some splatters. Now the splatters that I use would be some Liquitex acrylic ink, and I believe this color is Peruvian blue hue, which matched up really well with the color ink that I used to stamp out those stars. And here you have a close-up look at the completed layout. I hope you guys enjoyed the process. If you did, be sure to leave me a thumbs up before you leave today. And also don't forget, check out my description box. Go over and check out everyone's layout using all 5 of these items as well. So I want to thank you all for watching, and until my next video, bye.